I left. I left Cape Town after being there for not even 30 days to return back to Tanzania. But here's why. So if you're new to the channel, welcome. My name is Ashley. On my channel, Ashley in Africa, I share my experience of living, moving, and doing business. And I help people diversify real estate and financial investments to build wealth in Africa the way smart money does, right? Strategically, legally, and with the right partners on the ground. So if that type of content sounds interesting to you, please be sure to like this video, potentially subscribe. We'd love to have you in the community. Doing one of my favorite things in the morning, taking a walk, but when I'm in Zanzibar, specifically. Habari za asubuhi. Salama. Poa safi sana. Karibu. Yo. Taking a walk. So I've just actually finished about 4Ks. So my last 2Ks, I can walk a bit slower. Here in the beautiful Zanzibar, you can see one of my favorite things of walking on this beach is seeing the growth, right? Seeing what's here, seeing the opportunity, because there's still beachfront land. I'm here in Jambiani. Jambiani Paje. You see the tide is out. All right, the tide is out. I'm taking a walk. This is one of the quieter parts of the beach. The sand is so beautiful. And I left Cape Town after being there for not even 30 days to return back to Tanzania. But here's why. So yeah, I left Cape Town, but I'll be back. But I want to talk about my first 30 days in Cape Town and what I've been up to. So not like I was unfamiliar, but there are massive amounts of Europeans in Cape Town. They absolutely love Cape Town. And they love Cape Town for many reasons. But I'm not a European, so I couldn't tell you all of them. I can only suspect. But what I will say is living in America around Americans definitely prepared me for this experience. Now, I couldn't have done it straight off, and you'll be able to find some videos of me back in the day saying how I don't know if this is what I want for my life. So when it gets into that, I'm just learning we're so much more alike than we are different. But our ability to lean into that versus our differences is what really helps us to unify. It's what helps us to be better. It's what helps us to move forward and to grow. And so that's been my experience over the first 30 days. Afrikaners have been amazing, honestly. Like, I'm not experiencing this so-called, segregation. And I know that there's a privilege that comes with me being American, and I acknowledge that. And if I'm being honest, as a Black woman from America, privilege is a beautiful thing to experience at this stage in my life. Responsibly, respectfully, no shade. So 30 days in, I'll say, living amongst so many Europeans has been super eye-opening, and healing. Very, very healing, very healing. There is this beautiful property I want to show you guys. Hopefully there's no guard that's going to, because I actually want to sit here and show you. Oh, can you see? I don't want to go up to the gate. That's why people have gates, so you don't go up to them. I'm not going to do it. But now the sun has subsided, I want to take a seat and share what else I've been up to. Hopefully I don't get in trouble. Whew. So walking along this beach, there's so many different architecture elements. There's cows, there's cow poop, all of that. But yeah, let me sit here and chill and just tell you what else it's been like. What I do notice is that the infrastructure, while Cape Town is said to be one of the best run provinces in South Africa, I can tell the difference and the things that they don't pay attention to, the municipality. And I'll also say that, you know, it's really, there's a lot of privatization, which I don't necessarily see as a bad thing. But when you're government dependent, you'll have an issue with that. So the privatization of water, electricity, these things, pest control, waste management. Now, I'm not saying these things are privatized. I'm saying I could see why so many people feel like they maybe should be. Because I've had some challenges. I went from living in a flat, so you guys got to see my flat in Johannesburg that I loved, but I'd grown out of, honestly, and had an opportunity to get into a beautiful home in the northern suburbs of Cape Town, stunning, maybe, 10-minute drive to the beach, maybe about a 30-minute walk. Beautiful place, and I love it, but I am going through the changes of that. Obviously, I had a home here in Tanzania, I had a home in Atlanta, and the differences are they're just different. They're different because you've got the infrastructure, but then you've got the things that you feel like, oh, isn't this maintained by the government or someone? And no, it's not. But I love our home. Our home is beautiful. I love it. It's newly renovated. We've got it's stunning. Maybe I'll give you guys a tour eventually. And some of the other amazing things, Penelope has gotten into her performing arts program. She's loving it. She's more dramatic than ever. She's doing really well and thriving. And that's been amazing for her. Skyline is growing. Skyline Attorney Realtors. I'm also the founder of Skyline Attorney Realtors, which is a real estate firm that helps you to maximize your wealth and minimize your tax obligations as investors purchasing real estate, whether you are South African or a foreign investor. And Skyline is growing amazing. I'm really excited about the next quarter of business. We're onboarding over 24 real estate attorneys or candidate attorneys. And it's been amazing. It's been amazing. If you guys want to learn more about that, let me know in the comments. I'm happy to share more about Skyline. It's one of the main reasons why we moved to Cape Town, to be more active in our investment. And what else? Oh, speaking of investment, I'm getting investment. I'm in the process of raising funds to increase the production quality of Ashley in Africa. And it is exciting. I'm working with a team, Nameri Ventures. Jamila, the founder, is an Afro-Latina, and her focus is working with Black and brown and colored melanated women to help them get access to funding. And the journey has been amazing so far. I had already drafted a pitch deck before we officially engaged, and she's helped me to refine my pitch deck. She's put me in front of advisors and mentors, and I'm no stranger to this space. However, I'm not an expert, but it's been really fun and exciting to see this community grow and to see what the opportunity is, as it was something that I was just starting to share with family and friends. And Nameri Ventures, she's getting me together and getting me ready for investors. And so we're presenting to some investors next week, or within the next couple of weeks, to become advisors and investors in Ashley in Afrika, the media brand. So that's super exciting. So if you have an interest in securing funding for your startup or your business, definitely click the link below. And I'm going to let you know, first off, we don't fund ideas. And I say we because I'm also an investor, right? Investors do not fund ideas, but I know Jamila would appreciate it. So having some sort of traction, users is important. Revenue is important. Having a proof of concept, showing that you can make money from this thing, showing that you have made money from a thing in the past. Expertise. These are the things that are going to make you more attractive to investors, and can help you secure funding along the way. So I'm excited about that. Really excited to be working with her, and growing, just growing professionally. Today is supposed to be my day off, but you know, when you're building something you love, it never feels like work. And I wanted to update you guys on the fact that I haven't really talked much about Cape Town because it's been such a busy transition. Finishing up the Investor Summit, finishing up moving, being here in Tanzania to spend time with my daughter during her break from boarding school, and coming over to Zanzibar to check on projects and make sure we're good and running for the Investor Summit in Zanzibar here in October. We've just got a lot going on, and I'm grateful to be able to take a day in the most beautiful place, one of the most beautiful places on earth, to be able to relax. I mean, we've been here for 2 days. We were here last week, working on some financial investment. So I've made some more investments here, checking on my tourism investments. Hopefully we'll secure some land very soon. There's a lot of conversation and chatter about what you can't do here in Tanzania. And I find it very interesting because if you are a strategic investor, you know that there's always more than one way to get to a destination. If you are a critical thinker, problem solver, you know that there is always a way to a yes. So there's always a way to make your dreams happen. But if we focus on the problems, then those are the things that grow. So really excited to potentially be securing some land. Thus I'll have my financial investments, my tourism investments, and my land investments here in Tanzania. I love Tanzania. And I also love South Africa. And what a beautiful life to co-create when you decide that nothing you put your mind to can be stopped. When you know that everything you desire is on its way to you because God wouldn't place it there. It wouldn't be there unless it was meant for you to have, unless it was on its way. So that's what I've been up to. That's what we're doing. Oh, and we've closed the wait list for the Africa Investors Academy Accelerator. We had over 100 applicants. About 20% of you guys were accepted because we're taking action takers, right? So about 20% were accepted into the accelerator. Habari?
Safi, how are you?
Salama, mzima, kabisa sana. So 20% of those applicants were accepted, and we'll see. The first 10 will get a private 30-minute strategy session with me. And then we're hitting the ground running. We've got master classes running every 2 weeks. We've got group coaching every 2 weeks. Tons of resources, contracts, business plans. You'll get to see my investment deck that I've built out to potentially secure a pretty nice investment into the media brand. So you'll get to see all of these documents that I've built to be able to create strategic partnerships, invest in projects, invest in financial objects, invest in land. So You know, trust somebody that's done it, that's doing it, that's helping other people that are doing it, that have done it, with legal support, with advisory. So, you know, we've got our attorneys on board. We've got our business attorneys, our real estate attorneys, our immigration attorneys, corporate attorneys, corporate acquisition and merger attorneys, our tax experts, our venture experts, private equity experts. And these folks have all been vetted by me since doing business here, going on 5 years. And so you get to kind of fast track that time, accelerate your success, because I put in the work for you and I'm grateful, right? I'm not the only community that's available to you, but if you resonate with my message and the things that I've been able to do, then join me. I'd love to have you. Maybe in the next cohort, because for now this cohort is closed, and we'll probably open up maybe later Q4 to get prepared for the first quarter of the year. We're moving, we're making moves, we're grateful, we're living, thriving, honoring our values, our health, our visions, our families, but most of all ourselves. And I wish that for you. I value that. And I share that love with you as well. So I'm going to finish the rest of these. I think I got 2 more Ks. And until the next video, I'll see you soon.